Hey everyone, welcome to your practice. Today's practice is about working progressively and slowly towards and into dancer's pose. And we'll establish some key movements and actions and integrations within the body that we'll replay throughout the course of this week's program. As always, I have a little quote for you to theme today's practice, and goes like this. The way to develop self-confidence is to do the thing you fear and get a record of successful experiences behind you. So to do the thing that we fear, it doesn't always mean to do the thing that we fear the most. I think sometimes the greatest things that hold us back are actually our fears that are more silent or more subtle, like the little anxieties or the little insecurities, or in our practice when we're trying something and it's hard, so we beat ourselves up. So today we're going to work into doing some movements, and I want you to observe within yourself when that inner narrative comes up for you. And then we will switch the narrative. So instead of giving into those thoughts of that repeat to us that we're of a low value of some kind, we're going to establish a pattern and a habit of acknowledging our tiny successes, the little tiny successes, not like a huge, massive success, just the moment-to-moment little tiny things that we can acknowledge about ourselves. So let's practice. Make sure you have a strap and it has a little loop in it that's big enough for you to get your foot through easily. So you can slip it on and slip it off. And take that strap, bring your hands a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart, and lift your pubic bone up towards your navel in a kneeling position. Pull in at your waist and then reach the strap all the way up. Then cactus your arms and really pull your hands away from one another. Stretch all the way back up and then bring it forward. Now keep pulling your hands away from one another. Lift up, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach up, pull in at your waist, and exhale, bring the strap forward. And we'll just do this one more time. Inhale, reach up, exhale, cactus. Pull your hands away from one another and inhale, reach up, and then exhale, bring the strap forward again. Now bring your hands a little bit more wide and pull your hands away from one another as you inhale, reach up. Now bring your arms all the way back. So if this means you need to slide your hands wider apart so that you can keep your arms straight as you do this, then slide your hands wider apart, bring the strap all the way down to touch at your lower back, and then bring it all the way up and forward again. And again, make sure that you're pulling your hands away from one another. Inhale up, pull in at your waist, and then bring it all the way forward again. And we'll just do one more of these. As you breathe in, reach it up, pull in at your waist, puff your chest. As you breathe out, glide it back behind you and slingshot your heart forward. Inhale, bring it up, and then bring it forward. Just feel for a moment into your shoulders, the sensations of opening, the after effects. Place your strap to the top of your mat, and then come onto your hands and your knees. Begin to tilt your sit bones up towards the sky and slide your hands forward. Press your hands firmly down and melt your heart to the earth. Take deep belly breaths, and really melt your heart down into the floor. Press your hands down and lift up. And then walk your hands back and come to sit onto your heels again. And we're just going to do a few core activations. So bring your hands onto your waistline. And with every inhale, you're going to pull in at your waistline and puff your chest up. And imagine that when you inhale and pull in at your waist, you're ushering the breath up into your chest, up into the upper cavity of your torso. Then you'll exhale, hold and squeeze at the waist. Then you'll take one more inhale and puff up again, maintaining this activation. And then when you exhale, you can let it go. So we'll do 3 of these. So as you inhale, pull in at your waist. And you can use your hands on your waist to help you to accentuate this activation. Puff up with your chest, lift your armpits up towards your ears. Now as you exhale, keep squeezing in, even activate the squeeze at your waistline even more. Then take another inhale and bring the inhale up into the upper cavity of your chest. And as you exhale, relax everything, let go. Again, inhale, pull in at your waist. Puff your chest. Exhale, accentuate the hug of your waistline. Inhale, accentuate the breath into the upper cavity of your chest. And then exhale, relax everything. One more time. Inhale, pull in at your waist. Puff up at your chest. Exhale, accentuate the squeeze in around your waistline. Take one more inhale and puff your chest up more. And then exhale to relax everything. Bring your hands forward, come onto hands and knees. As you inhale, tilt your sit bones up towards the sky, pull in at your waist, puff your chest forward, and elongate your gaze forward. As you exhale, keep your waistline hugging in as you glide back hips towards heels. As you inhale, round forward, pull your front body to your back body, and then bend your elbows and exhale, come down onto your belly. Root your toenails, interlace your fingers behind your back, bend your elbows, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and as you inhale, pull in at your waist, puff your chest forward, and peel your heart up off the floor. As you exhale, accentuate the pulling in of your waist and root down through the tops of your feet to firm your thighs. Take one more inhale, pull in at your waist, puff your chest forward, curl your heart up. As you exhale, release your hands, plant them, tuck your toes, and glide back active child's pose. As you inhale, round forward, hands and knees. Now as you exhale again, untuck your toes and come down onto your belly. Bring your arms wide to the side and cactus them. Try to keep your elbows at shoulder height and your hands at the same height as your elbows. Pull in at your waist as you inhale and peel your heart up off the floor. As you exhale, keep pulling in at your waistline and lift your legs up off the floor. Spread your toes. As you inhale, pull in again at your waist, curl your heart up off the floor and lift your arms and legs and feel the heat starting to crackle in your back body. As you exhale, plant your hands, tuck your toes, and glide back, active child's pose, heart forward, butt back. Root your fingertips and inhale, slowly round forward, hands and knees. And as you exhale, glide into down dog. Claw with your fingertips, squish down through the four corners of both hands. Lift and spread your toes to activate your feet, to see that the arches of your feet are lifting. Then maintain that lift of the archways as you root your big toes and your pinky toes back down. Micro bend your knees. Press your hands down and swell your upper back towards the sky and draw your low ribs in. Maintain that and then tilt your sit bones up towards the sky. Take an inhale, press your hands down and forward. Reach your heels in the direction of the core of the earth and glide the roof of your mouth towards your thumbs. Now massage through your body with some deep, long, sweet, velvety breaths. Start to really listen to the sound of your breath. On your next inhale, root through your left foot, reach your right leg high and lift it from the inner thigh. See that your right pinky toe is pointing straight down towards the floor. As you exhale, round forward and touch your right knee to your nose. Press through your fingertips. Swell your upper back up more. Hug your right heel in towards your butt and squeeze your left thigh stronger. Now take one more big inhale into your back body, swell it up. Gaze to the top and step your right foot to your right thumb. Keep your left knee lifted, reach back through your left heel, but pull up through the front of your left thigh, and as you inhale, rise up into a high lunge. As you exhale, micro-bend your left knee. Lift your pubic bone up towards your navel. Squeeze in at your waist to puff your chest, and then as you inhale, try to maintain that integration you've just established through the pelvic girdle and core as you stretch out through your left heel, stretching your left leg more straight, and sink deep into your front thigh. On your next exhale, bring your hands to the floor and glide your right leg straightish, just going easy as we're just beginning. Root your big toes, pull your outer right hip back and your outer left hip forward. Press down firmly through your right heel and tilt your sit bones up towards the sky. And then inhale, really elongate your heart forward by rooting your hands and pulling them back. Then as you exhale, press your hands down and forward, swell your upper back up towards the sky, squeeze your left thigh, flex your right foot, pick your right foot up and step to down dog. Inhale, ripple forward into high plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga for 3. Pull your front body to your back body, 2. Lower your pelvis. As you inhale, lift your legs, point your toes back. Feel your back body active. Lift your hands and curl your heart forward. As you exhale, tuck your toes, plant your hands, glide back active child's pose. As you inhale, round forward, hands and knees. And as you exhale, glide back into down dog. Press firmly through your right foot, and on an inhale, reach your left leg up towards the sky and keep your left pinky toe pointing down towards the floor to maintain a leveling through the hips. As you exhale, lift your right heel and then curl in and touch your left knee to your nose. Now see if you can maintain the touch of knee to nose. Now root your fingertips more, press into the floor and swell your back body up towards the sky. Squeeze your left heel in towards your butt to activate the back of your left leg. And now firm the front of your right thigh. Take one more inhale, press into the earth and squeeze. As you exhale, gaze to the top and step your left foot up inside your left thumb. Come onto your fingertips, feet hip distance apart. Stack your back heel over your back big toe mound and your front knee over your front heel. Press down, engaging your feet into the earth and rise up. Micro bend your right knee. Then lift your pubic bone up towards your navel. Pull in at your waist so your chest becomes a little bit more buoyant. And then see if you can maintain those actions now as you slowly sink into your front thigh and reach back through your right heel, stretching your right leg more straight. Pull up through the front of your right thigh and then reach out through the edges of your fingertips. Take one more inhale breath here. And as you exhale, bring your hands down on either side of your left foot. Stretch your left leg more straight. Root your big toes, pull your outer left hip back and your outer right hip forward. Then as you inhale, elongate your heart forward and pull your hands back. As you exhale, press your hands down and forward, round through your spine. Squeeze your right thigh, flex your left foot, press into the earth, lift your left foot up, and then step to down dog. Inhale, lift your heels and ripple forward, high plank. Firm your front body towards your back body and lower chaturanga for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your pelvis. From here, sprinkle your fingertips off your mat to the sides. Lift your pubic bone up towards your navel and then bend both knees. Squeeze your heels towards your butt. Press your left knee down and lift your right one. Press your right knee down and lift your left one. And let's switch again. Press your left thigh down and lift your right one. And then press your right one down and lift your left one. Now bring them both down. Hug your inner thighs. Press the sides of your toe mounds together. And really hug your inner thighs like you're holding a block in between your inner thighs. Or if you have a block or something to squeeze in there, do it. If you find that your knees kind of wing out to the sides. Squeeze your inner thighs and then lift your legs up off the floor. Pull in at your waist, curl your heart forward and a little bit up. Lift your hands up off the floor and cactus your arms. And now just feel the activation you're creating in your back body, as well as the midline as you squeeze your inner thighs. Keep squeezing, squeezing. Lower your thighs back to the floor. Press through your fingertips, and as you inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Pull in at your waist. Puff your chest towards your chin and tuck your chin towards your chest a little. So now you're just curling your heart up off the floor, but keep your belly down. Press your fingertips down and forward a little bit to lift a little higher. Then press your fingertips down and pull them back to curl the base of your heart more forward. Slowly lower the tops of your feet to the floor. Then plant your hands beside your ribs, and as you inhale, use your arms to peel yourself up a little bit higher. Root your fingertips, pull your hands back, and curl the base of your heart forward. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, glide back, active child's pose. Tuck your toes. As you inhale, round forward. Keep your toes tucked, and as you exhale, unfurl into upward dog with your toes tucked. Firm your left thigh as you press down through your left big toe and toe mound, and then point your right toes straight back. Take an inhale, pull in at your waist and puff your heart. As you exhale, round and bring your right knee to your nose and touch. Stay here for an inhale and really squeeze everything in. And when you exhale, step your right foot to your right thumb. As you inhale, rise to high lunge. And then as you exhale, microbend your left knee. Lift your pubic bone towards your navel, pull in at your waist, and then inhale, maintain that as you stretch back out through the left heel. Pull in at your waist, puff your chest, and extend through your fingertips. On your next exhale, bring your palms down through your heart and sink your left knee to the floor. Anchor the heel of your right hand to your right thigh. And then bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand and take hold of the foot from the outside. Or bring the heel of your hand to the roots of the toes, fingertips pointing down. Or you can revolve your hand until the fingertips point up and you're using the heel of your hand to press your heel towards your butt. Magnetize your right foot and left knee. And then again, inhale, pull in at your waist. Curl up a little internally through your chest and glide forward in space with your pelvis as you lean a little bit back with your chest and shoulder girdle. So a tiny little success can be as simple as really feeling something intense in a moment and really breathing into it. Really taking a moment to presence inside of what's going on. And that in my books is a huge success. You just take one moment in a practice even to really feel something deeply and fully. Release your back foot, place your hands, lift your left knee, and glide your right leg straight. Now this time flex your right foot so the toes point up towards the sky. Pull your outer right hip back a little and your outer left hip forward. Root your right heel and tilt your sit bones back and up. Now take an inhale and elongate your spine by pulling your hands back. This will help you to reach your heart more forward. And as you exhale, press your hands down and forward. Begin to bend your elbows and fold over your right leg. On your next inhale, lift your left heel, squeeze your left thigh. Exhale, swell your back body towards the sky. Pick your right foot up and step to down dog. As you inhale, round forward, high plank. And as you exhale, lower chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Hold here for 3. Firm your front body to your back body. 2, 1, and then lower. As you inhale, bend your knees. Sprinkle your fingertips wide and lift both legs up off the floor, touching the sides of your toe mounds together and squeezing your inner thighs. And root your fingertips and curl your heart forward and up. Then Lift your arms, cactus them, and squeeze your inner thighs even more. Hug the midline. Take one more inhale to lift higher. And as you exhale, plant your hands, glide your legs back straight, tuck your toes, glide back to active child's pose. Inhale to round forward, hands and knees. And exhale to unfurl into up dog, toes tucked. Root your right big toe mound and right big toe, and then point your left toes back. Firm the fronts of both of your thighs, and then inhale, pull in at your waist and puff your chest. Exhale, press to the earth, chin to chest, round, and bring your left knee to your nose. Stay for an inhale, squeeze everything in. And as you exhale, step your left foot to your left thumb. Inhale, rise to high lunge. Exhale to micro-bend your right knee, lift your pubic bone in and up towards your belly button, and then pull in at your waist to puff your chest. And then inhale, sink a little deeper to your front thigh as you extend back through your right heel and firm the front of your right thigh. Take one more inhale to extend up through the tips of your fingers and down firmly through your feet. Exhale, palms come down, right knee sinks to the floor. Place the heel of your left hand to the middle of your left thigh, and then reach back with your right hand and take hold of the foot from the outside, or heel of hand to the top of the foot, or revolve so that the fingertips point up. Steady your left big toe into the floor for stability. Magnetize your left heel and right knee, and then inhale, pull in at your waist and puff up with your chest. And as you exhale, glide your pelvic girdle forward a little bit, if you can, as you press your right heel to your right sit bone, or in that direction, and then lean your chest back a little. Acknowledge exactly where you're at right now, and let yourself be right there. Slowly release your right foot, tuck your right toes, and place your hands to the floor. Pick your right knee up, and then glide back to stretch your left leg straight, flexing your left foot. Root your right big toe, pull your outer left hip back a little and your outer right hip forward, and then dig your left heel down and tilt your sit bones back. Then inhale, elongate your spine by rooting your hands and pulling them back. Elongate your neck. Then maintaining that elongation, you can press your hands down and forward as you bow over your left leg. Now maintain elongation, extending, growing longer through all of the lines of your legs, the lines of your toes, your arms, your spine. Take now an inhale and lift your right heel, squeeze your right thigh. Exhale, press down, round your spine, pick your left foot up, and step to down dog. As you inhale, ripple forward, high plank. And as you exhale, lower chaturanga for 3, 2, and 1. Take an inhale here, and exhale, lower your pelvis. Bend your knees, bring the sides of your toe mounds to touch. Hug your inner thighs, bring your fingertips to the floor. Inhale, lift your thighs up. Exhale, curl your heart up. As you inhale, cactus your arms. And as you exhale, hug in at your waistline. Then as you inhale from your waist, curl your heart more forward and up. Lift your legs a little higher. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your toes, and glide back. Active child's pose. Inhale, round, really accentuate the round. Round forward to hands and knees. And as you exhale, glide back into down dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Bend your knees and sit down, grab your strap. Bring your right foot through the strap. And so I like to keep this strap loose so that it can move around. It can swivel around my ankle rather than being really tight. So throughout the course of these classes, you'll be able to choose your own kind of adventure with it. Another thing to create a bit more stability with the strap on your foot is to put the end of the strap through your big toe and second toe, and then the strap comes around the sole of your foot. So let's actually try this first one like that, and then the second one we will try not like that. So here you go. You have like a little booty. Bring your feet to the floor and come to stand. From here, first of all, with the strap in your right hand, get weighted securely in your left foot. 4 corners, touching down, and then root your big toe and your pinky toe, and then the other toes. And when you root them, spread them. So spread your toes, then root the big toe, then spread and root the pinky toe, and then the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. Now, press from your pelvic girdle down through all of the points of contact of your left foot, and then just bend your right knee so your right heel comes towards your butt. Then with the strap, sling the strap over your shoulder so your right elbow is pointing forward. Then hug your right inner thigh into the midline. Then lift your pubic bone up towards your navel. Now, maintain this lift of pubic bone to navel, and then pull in at your waist to puff your chest. Now, see if you can maintain these actions. So, hugging to the midline, your right elbow hugs a little to the midline, and your right inner thigh hugs to the midline. Your pubic bone then lifts, and you're pulling in at your waist. So, integrating to the center. Then from here, begin to point your right elbow up towards the sky, and bring your left hand to the strap also, so that both elbows point up. The tendency here is to want then to just splay and lose the integration that we just established. So bring it all back in. Embrace the midline, lift your pubic bone, and pull in at your waist. Then take an inhale, pull in at your waist and puff up with your chest. Then as you exhale, begin to just kick your right foot back into the strap without even walking your hands up further towards your foot. Then take another inhale, pull in at your waist and puff up with your chest. And as you exhale, kick your right foot back. And you might be able to get your right leg straight for this variation. Take one more inhale, pull in at your waist, puff up with your chest. And as you exhale, kick and bring your torso forward and down. Root down through your left foot, rise to stand, slide the strap to the longest length and bring your right foot back to the floor. Pause for a moment, let that sink in. We're going to do the same side again, and just a little bit different this time. So same setup. Let's use the booty of the strap on our foot. So the strap goes around the base of your foot. Bend your right knee and anchor your left foot down. Sling the strap over your shoulder, and then hug the midline, inner thighs, pubic bone lifts, and waistline hugs. Then bring your left hand to the strap. Walk both hands a little bit up towards your foot, just a little bit. Not so much that you're having to contort to get there. You can still maintain this, hugging into the center. Then as you inhale, pull in at your waist and puff your chest, tuck your chin a little. Keep squeezing the midline as you exhale, kick into the strap and hug your elbows towards the midline. Take another inhale, root through your left foot, pull in at your waist and puff your chest. And as you exhale, kick your foot into the strap and lean your torso a little bit down. Hug your elbows in and inhale, pull in at your waist, puff your chest. And as you exhale, kick, keep wrapping your right inner thigh into the midline and slingshot your heart in the opposite direction than your right foot. Slowly slide the strap to the end as you come down to stand. And pause here in standing to let it all sink in. Keep your pubic bone a little bit lifting towards your navel. Now we're going to switch feet with the strap, so you can squat down and do it seated. Bring it to your left foot, bring the end of the strap through the big toe and second toe, and then over the base of your foot. We come to stand up. Get really rooted in your right foot. Root the four corners, the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, the inner heel and the outer heel. Lift and spread your toes. Then root the big toe, then root the pinky toe, and then just see if you can articulate down the fourth, middle, and second. Then find a little bit of an engagement to the center already, so keep a little lift of the pubic bone, a little hug of the waistline, and then bend your left knee and sling the strap over your shoulder. Then hug the midline, left inner thigh to right inner thigh, pubic bone lifts to navel, and waistline hugs to lift your chest a little. Left elbow up, reach with your right hand and take hold of the strap. Hug your elbows into the midline. Root your right big toe down, and now as you inhale, really press through your right foot, pull in at your waist and puff your chest straight up. Think elongation. And as you exhale, begin to kick your left foot back into the strap. Now as you inhale, root through your right foot, pull in at your waist and puff your chest. As you exhale, hug your elbows in and kick your left foot back. Okay, one more time. Inhale, press through your foundation, pull in at your waist, puff your chest. Exhale, hug the midline and kick your left foot back as you pour your heart, slingshot your heart down and forward. Press through your right foot and slide the strap to the end as you rise to stand and step down onto your left foot. Pause here, keep your pubic bone lifting and feel the effects. And we go again. Make sure your strap is like a little booty around the sole of your foot. And then get weighted down from your pelvic girdle, steadily down through your right foot. Bend your left knee, using your left hand to bring your left heel towards your butt. Embrace the midline. Hug inner thighs, lift pubic bone, and squeeze in at your waist, and then bring your right hand to the strap as well. But this time, walk your hands a little bit towards your foot. Now inhale, hug the midline, pull up through your pubic bone, pull in at your waist, and puff your chest. And as you exhale, press through your foundation and kick. And you don't have to go like full blast all at once. Just take it easy. Inhale, root as you pull in at your waist and lift up through your heart, and then exhale to kick and bring your torso a little bit down. Keep your elbows hugging in, and one more time, inhale, pull in at your waist, curl your heart forward. Exhale, press through your foundation, root back through your left foot, and hug your elbows in. Press down through your right foot, and on an inhale, rise up, sliding the strap. Now, if you ever falling out, I forgot to mention, just make sure you drop the strap. And then come to stand. Release the strap out of your left hand. And pause here like a standing Shavasana. Close your eyes just for a moment, unless you're feeling dizzy, and then you can, of course, keep them open or squat down. On your next inhale, reach your arms up, pull in at your waist, puff your heart up and gaze up. And then as you exhale, slowly swan dive by tilting your sit bones back, but pulling your front body to your back body and curling your heart forward as you fold. Bring your fingertips to the floor and then bring your feet wider than hip distance. Bend your knees quite generously. Get the strap off your left foot and hang here. Release your palms, either just palms facing up onto the floor, or if you want, you can interlace your fingers behind your back or behind the back of your neck to increase the traction, the elongation of your spine. Begin to iron out everything with your breath. Maintain awareness in through your waistline. So every inhale, your waistline, let it expand. Every exhale, emphasize the contraction and the hugging in. And this will help your spine to release and to extend even more. Bring your fingertips to the floor and inhale, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, slowly begin to squat down. Turn your toes out a little, turn your heels in a little, and come into a squat with either your heels lifted and your fingertips on the floor for support, or heels down and palms together. Really let your feet soften into the floor. Hip creases getting deeper and pelvic girdle really earthy. And every inhale, imagine you're pressing the inhale up into the upper palate of your mouth so it extends your spine up. And still with the exhale, maintain a little contractive awareness through your waistline to maintain the length that you establish with the inhale. Slowly bring your torso down inside your inner thighs. Reach your right arm forward and way to the right, and sprinkle your right fingertips all the way to the floor to the right. Then, as you inhale, reach your left arm up and to the left. And you can stay here, or you can exhale, turn your left palm towards the wall behind you. Begin to bend your elbow and place the top of your left palm onto your lower back or onto your outer right thigh, or you can turn your right palm to the right or behind you and reach back with your right palm to gently interlace your fingers. Then root your feet, pull in at your waist, lift your heart, and grow longer through your spine on an inhale. And as you exhale, root your big toes and revolve your right ribs a little to your left ribs. Release, come back to the center, and then bring your left arm forward and to the left. Sprinkle your left fingertips to the floor, root through your feet, and reach your right arm up on an inhale. Stay here, or you can turn both palms to face the wall behind you, bend your elbows, and reach back to clasp your fingertips. Then root down and inhale, grow up, extend up through your spine. And as you exhale, revolve your left ribs just a little towards your right ribs and roll your right shoulder slightly back. Turn your left side of your face towards your right side and gaze up. Then breathe deeply. Slowly release. Come back and walk your fingertips forward and round yourself here. Really drop your head. Bring your bum to the floor. Cross your legs. Bring your hands to your knees and tilt your sit bones a little bit back. Pull in at your waist. Lift your ribs up off your pelvis. Extend up through your neck, up through the roof of your mouth, and up through the crown of your head. And then close your eyes and for a moment just sink into the effervescent after effects. Now from here, we'll do some Kapalabhati breath breathing, or the breath of fire, taking short, sweet, but precise and sharp breaths out of the nostrils by activating the front body back towards the back body to expel the breath. So the exhale is effortful, and then the inhale you don't have to worry about so much. It happens automatically. So it's short but sweet, specific, sharp breaths out through both nostrils. So we're going to go for approximately 50 or so of these breaths. So do your best and go at the pace that suits you. If you need to slow down, slow down. And remember to take it easy and to acknowledge the little successes. So if you're new to this breath, even if you just breathe like 5 in a row, let that be a success. Okay, so start with half an inhale and then begin. Five, 4, 3, 2, exhale all your breath. Now take a deep inhale breath to the top. Pull in at your waist, puff your chest, but now really tuck your chin towards your chest and hold the breath in. At any moment, if you start to feel lightheaded, release the breath and then just breathe normally. Slowly, if you haven't already, begin to release the contraction of your core in your chest. Lift your chin, exhale, and then inhale and exhale normally. And from here, you're welcome to sit into or lie into Shavasana, or you can sit in a seated position in a restful meditation. So just notice though, when you have the choice, if like you feel guilty for not doing one or the other, and instead acknowledge what you actually need right now, and acknowledge the beautiful tiny successes, and one is that you practice today. And remember that practice will always be different. You have days that practice feels awesome, and you feel steady, and you feel strong, and you feel open and inspired. And you have days where you feel shaky, you feel stiff, you feel sore, you feel clumsy, heavy, and uninspired. And that ultimately that is part of the nature of life, is that there's a contrast, there's contrasts. And so how, even with all of the contrast, can you still recognize your tiny successes, no matter what? You be your own best coach, acknowledging yourself. So if you're lying into Shavasana, just let everything go. If you're seated, lean a little bit back into your back body. Let your legs be really earthy. And let this be a place of rest, not becoming rigid, trying to become, just resting in who you are right now. Start to become aware of any subtle warmth in your body. Any tiny tingly sensations. Brings a little bit of movement into your body if you're lying down. And then whether you're lying down or sitting up, take a big stretch and reach your arms over your head. Take a big morning stretch, breathe in. And when you exhale, let everything go. If you're lying down, roll to your side. And then rise to your seat. Once you're in your seat, bring your palms together in front of your heart. And lift your heart up, and then humble your brain in. And here, genuinely acknowledge. And so sometimes that takes a different kind of search inside of ourselves, is to really not just say that we acknowledge ourselves for something, but to make it genuine, to bring your heart into it. To genuinely acknowledge yourself for a tiny success or some tiny successes, not even to have to do with this physical practice, but something lately. And maybe it's not a tiny success, maybe it's a big deal, or maybe it's tiny, but it's a big deal. And then remember something that you're really grateful for. And then make the remembrance of that not just like thinking about it, but like, can you feel it? Why are you grateful for it? How do you feel blessed by it? Where do you feel it in your body? Thank you so much for practicing, and I hope you feel open and grounded, and we will see you in the next practice. I really hope that you enjoyed that practice and were able to acknowledge some of your little tiny successes. And I have a little quote to leave you with. It is, don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and then go and do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And that's by Howard Thurman. And I love that because I think sometimes when we are living our life, we might try to fit into a box or ask ourselves too much what we should be, rather than really connecting to what lights us up. So today, start to connect more to inquiring into that, like what really lights you up. And it doesn't have to be like traveling across the world. Look for the little things, just like you look for the tiny successes. Look for the little things in your day-to-day, the simple things that really light you up. And then go for those things. And let the joy that those things bring accumulate inside of you and cultivate, that naturally will cultivate more self-belief, more self-trust, more self-confidence. So don't forget to also do the journal exercises, as that will help you to go deeper and deeper into the greatness of this program. And we'll see you in the next practice.